What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I'm bringing you guys their Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary, and in this video, I wanted to talk about the next Xbox. So obviously, it's a big deal for all of us. These new next-gen consoles are going to be coming out later this year. It's going to be the biggest thing to happen to gaming in nearly a decade, like the past 8 years since the last consoles came out. So we recently had a PS4 kind of like reveal event that really didn't give us too much information but got us a little bit excited, and we have a new Xbox event coming out later this month. But in the meantime, I'm pretty excited about it. I kind of wanted to do a quick little roundup of everything that we know about this next Xbox, as well as some of the more popular rumors that seem to be true, and kind of get a feel for what we can expect to see later this month at the official reveal, as well as what we could be playing later this year around the holidays. So let's get straight into it. Now, first and foremost, the reveal of this console. When are we going to hear about it? Well, the official reveal is on May 21st at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. And it's going to be live streamed on the Xbox dashboard on Xbox.com, and it's going to be live on Spike TV. And this is just going to be the event that Microsoft puts on to show off the new console, and we will be seeing gameplay because guess what? That's also where Call of Duty Ghosts is going to be revealed, and I would eat my hat if they weren't going to show Call of Duty Ghosts on the new next-gen console. I think that's why they didn't show us actual gameplay and the reveal trailer, because they want to save it and they want to show it to us first on the next-gen consoles. So that's pretty exciting. Mark your calendars, May 21st, we get to see the new Xbox and the new Call of Duty, which is like a double whammy for all of us. Now, there's also going to be another event later this year called E3. That's June 11th through 13th in LA. I'm going to be there. There's going to be more information about the next-gen consoles there, so I'll make sure to cover that for you guys. And then finally, the last event that I know about that they're going to be talking about this console at is the Microsoft Build Dev Conference, and that's June 26th through 28th. So starting later this month up until early to midsummer, we're going to be getting a lot of information about this next Xbox, so I'll make sure to stay on top of it for you guys. Now, as for the name for this console, well, it's codenamed Xbox Durango, and everything has a code name when it's in development. Call of Duty Ghosts was codenamed Call of Duty Phantom, so Durango is probably not going to be the retail name. I've heard it could just be called regular Xbox, which would be a little bit weird, just Xbox, that's it, which I don't know if I can get used to that, but it might be. It could be called Xbox 720, which I feel like is more of like a public fan deemed nickname. I don't think they'll actually call it the Xbox 720, or there's also another rumor going around, it could be called the Xbox Infinity, and there was like a post on Reddit and everything, and by the way, all my sources will be down in the description, but yeah, it could be called Xbox Infinity. You can see the logo here. I'm not sure. My main guess would probably be it's just gonna be called Xbox, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll find out on the 21st. Now, according to Paul Thurrott, who's kind of like a high-up tech guy at Windows and Microsoft, there's also going to be another version of the console coming out probably early next year to mid next year that's called the Xbox Umo, and it's an entertainment-only device. It won't be able to play the game discs and things like that, and it's focused more on like Netflix, HBO Go, Hulu. I think you can play Xbox Live Arcade games on it, and it's just kind of like a complement to your full new Xbox. So that thing will probably be like $100, and like I said, it'll come out in 2014. So if that interests some of you guys, there's going to be that. And then finally, there's going to be a third console coming out from Microsoft that's called the Xbox Stingray. And what that thing is it's just a rehashed Xbox 360 that's going to be a lot cheaper. It's going to be $100. So for those people that don't have an Xbox 360 right now and can't afford the new Xbox, there's going to be a cheaper version of an Xbox for them that's just, it's the same old Xbox 360 that we have now. So I don't think that really affects any of us. But yeah, that's just going to be a third option that people are going to have. Now, as for price for the new console, how much can we expect to pay? Well, again, according to Paul Thurrott, which I trust pretty well, he said all this stuff in a podcast, he said it's going to be decently expensive. It's going to be around $500 for the base model of this new Xbox. And I'm sure there's going to be more expensive models that you can pay for like more memory space and things like that. But the base one is going to be about $500, and there's going to be a subscription model for $300. And I don't know, that kind of confuses me. I feel like the subscription model would end up being a lot more money at the end of the day. So I think the best option for us is going to be to just buy the console outright at $500, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure we'll hear more about that at the Microsoft reveal event. And then for the release date, obviously it's going to be coming out later this year. It's going to be around early November or so. They want to have it out in time for the holidays, and that lines up with the Call of Duty Ghosts release date and all that kind of stuff. So early November is when you can expect to pay about $500 for the new Xbox if you plan on getting it. Now, as for the features for this thing, for the specs, I'm not really too sure, you know, what specs mean and how significant they are. I know Woody's done a lot of videos on the specs, so you can check those out if you want detailed versions. But just from the information I've gathered, it looks like a 1.6 gigahertz, 8-core, 64-bit APU, AMD 7790, a graphics card, 8 gigs of RAM, a large hard drive, Blu-ray player, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a pretty powerful machine. It's going to be really relevant for the next couple of years, which is exciting. Now, it's also supposed to be a Windows 8 device, so it's basically running on the full version of the operating system of Windows 8, minus like the desktop side of things. So why this is so important is because for all the developers that make games for the PC but don't develop them on the Xbox, they can now port that game over to the Xbox easier than ever before just by adding in controller support, you know, making it so you can control the character on screen with a controller rather than a keyboard and mouse. So there's going to be all kinds of new games and indie games and things that we otherwise wouldn't have had because it's going to be so easy for these companies to make game for the new Xbox. So that's definitely good for us. It's more stuff for us to play. Now, that's a really good thing. Let's follow it up with a really bad thing, and that's Xbox DRM. So there's a huge issue about, you know, pirating games and stealing stuff and flashing Xboxes, etc. And there's one way the Xbox is rumored to be dealing with it, in that the consoles always have to be connected to the internet. They always have to be online. And that's not a big deal for us because we all have internet. You wouldn't be watching this video without it. But there are some people out there in that world that are living in the Stone Age and they don't have internet and they only use the Xbox to play single player games. So for those people, they might not be able to play this new Xbox. You know, it won't work if it's not connected to the internet. So we don't know if this is true or not. Microsoft's, you know, a big guy at Microsoft, I forget what he was, creative director or something, Adam Orth, he went off on Twitter one day on people, you know, saying, why would you want to live in a place without internet? You know, this is happening. Welcome to the future, blah, blah, blah. And that, you know, made it look like it could be a possibility. According to Paul Thurrott, that Windows tech guy, he said the notes he received mentioned something about always being online. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It could just be a rumor. It could be real. Like I said, I don't think it's going to affect many of us, so we don't have anything to worry about. Now, moving on, is this next Xbox going to be backwards compatible? I don't know. There are a lot of sources that say yes. There are a lot of sources that say no. We're just going to have to wait and see. I don't want to call that yet. The new controller, what have they added to it? Well, apparently it's pretty much the same controller. You know, they might have improved the D-pad a little bit in terms of usability. It doesn't look any different. They made it so it uses batteries a little bit better. There's about 16% more battery life. And then there's also rumors there might be a touch LCD screen on it, kind of like the PS4 controller has. But those are just rumors at this point. We haven't seen anything yet. And then moving on, there's also a new Kinect version that's going to be more powerful. It's supposed to be so powerful, and it can even detect eye movement, which is pretty crazy. If you guys want to read more about the Kinect, then I'll link the article down in the description, because I don't know. I don't use the Kinect, but it sounds pretty cool, some of the stuff they're doing to it. And then finally, the last thing I want to mention to you guys before this video is over is the games that we could expect to see on this new Xbox. So these are the expected games, according to IGN. And there's Rise, Forza Motorsport 5, Halo 5, Destiny, the new shooter by Bungie Games, I believe, COD Ghosts, Dragon Age 3, The Evil Within, Thief, which looks insane. There was a trailer for it recently. The Witcher 3, some sort of zombie game, maybe Dead Rising 3, Rainbow Six Patriots, Mafia 3, Doom 4, and Watch Dogs, which looks absolutely insane. But yeah, those are just some of the games that have been alluded to and hinted towards on the next-gen console. I'm sure when the Xbox is officially announced, other games will come out of the closet, like Assassin's Creed 4. And then also there's going to be all kinds of new games that come out that we haven't heard of yet. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll stay on top of this new console information, new COD information, everything else. Bunch of great tip videos coming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out one of the other 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them yet. Catch you guys later. Peace out.